brought to you a report that terrorists who attacked the Kaduna-bound train on March 28, 2022 have released some of the captives. The terrorists had bombed a section of the rail track, forcing the train to derail, after which they opened fire on the passengers, killing 9 and abducting 62, including children and the elderly. After spending about 74 days in captivity, 6 females and 5 male captives were released on Saturday following intense negotiations. The male captives were released on health grounds, while the released women are amongst the vulnerable, which was part of the agreement reached with the abductors. Okay, for more updates, Arise correspondent Nisi Gabriel joins me live from Kaduna. Hello, Nisi. This must be very, very cheering news for the people of Kaduna and indeed Nigerians. So, want to tell us how their release was brokered, Nisi?
Yeah, hi, Christian. Yes, indeed, it's a cheering news because we've been following this story for a very long time now, and these persons have spent 74 days in captivity, and we've been following this story, and we've been expecting the release of all abducted persons. But, well, it's still good news and cheering news to note that 11 persons have been released. Recall that on the 28th of March, 62 persons were abducted on about the Abuja-Kaduna train after terrorists bombed the rail track, forcing this train to derail. And they also opened fire on these passengers, killing 9 persons and abducting 62 persons. Also recall that the MD of the Bank of Agriculture, the person of our Hassan, after allegedly paying the sum of 100 million, was released, and also a pregnant woman was released. So 2 persons were released out of the 62 persons. So out of the 60 persons in captivity, 11 persons have been released today. 6 females were released and 5 males were released today, all on health grounds. And it was also said that they were released because they had they had serious injuries, life-threatening injuries. That was what led to their release, and also due to the negotiation between the terrorists and the federal government. Well, it's cheering news for the relative of the abducted victims, and it's also cheering news for the government of Kaduna State, because these persons have been in captivity for 74 days and now they have been released. Christian.
Yes, indeed. I mean, cherry news. And it's obvious they must be at some medical facilities, you know, so that proper attention can be given them. But tell us, how about the lady that put to bed in the captives' den? Was she amongst the 6 females released?
Well, for the lady in question, we also got to find out much later that she didn't actually put to bed in captivity because she was due to put in bed. That was why she was released. She was she was the second person released after the MD of the Bank of Agriculture. But, well, indeed, it's sharing news that these 11 persons have been released, and it's yet unclear if they are reunited with their families or if they are still on their way to the capital, or if they're on their way to meet with security agencies. It's still yet unclear. So we'll wait and monitor situation to see if the security agencies will receive these persons by dawn. But we can confirm that these 11 persons have been released, and they were released based on health grounds and life-threatening situation, and also based on negotiation between the terrorists and the federal government. We also recall that the terrorists made certain demands. Initially they were demanding that their top commanders be released before they can release these persons, and also they were also demanding that their children in detention, in some of the military detention, be released, because according to the terrorists, they said 8 of their children were in military facilities in Yola State. So it's also unclear if these children were released before these terrorists released these kidnapped train passengers. But we'll also monitor these developments and see to get the true pictures of the situation here on ground.
Well, thank you so very much, Nisi Gabriel. We look forward to more details of their release and what the authorities in Kaduna are saying, and the level of negotiation for the release of the other captives in the bandit den. Nisi Gabriel, Arise correspondent in the city of Kaduna.